have already lost tonight, and you did not even notice the game being played. 11:30. Phone light on your face in a dark room. A thumb that will not stop moving. A friend's new house. A stranger's new body. A classmate's engagement ring catching the light just right. You did not choose to compare yourself to any of them tonight. You were handed a scoreboard, and you picked up the pen, and you started keeping score against people who never even agreed to play with you. Here is what nobody tells you. Comparison is not human nature. It is not some ancient wiring you cannot escape. It is a scoreboard someone else built. A parent who measured your worth against a sibling. A school that ranked you against a room of strangers. A platform that turns your face into a number and calls the number your value. You did not build that board. You did not choose the rules. You agreed to play it for free every single night, and you call the exhaustion just how life is. It is not how life is. It is how you are being farmed. Machiavelli warned about this 500 years ago, though he was not talking about phones. He wrote that a prince who tries to live up to some imagined, idealized standard of virtue, a standard built by other people for other people, will ruin himself trying to meet it. Swap virtue for winning. Swap prince for you. The moment you try to live up to somebody else's idea of a life well lived, you have already handed them the throne. You are just guarding it for them now, for free, at your own expense. So here is the dare. 5 phases. By the end of this, you will not need a single other person's life to measure your own. You will have a game so private, so specific to you, that no one watching your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your family group chat could even tell you the score. Most people will not make it past the next 90 seconds, because what I am about to say about the people who raised you, the platforms that own you, and the friends you envy is not comfortable. Stay anyway. And before we start, there is one move the powerful make in silence that keeps their scoreboard completely invisible. It is the reason you can look at someone rich, someone respected, someone feared, and never actually know if they think they are winning. You are not ready for that move yet. We get to it. Phase 1. The scoreboard you never built. You think you started comparing yourself to people in your 20s, maybe your teens. You did not. It started earlier than you can remember, in a house where love came with a measuring tape. A parent who said, "Why can't you be more like your brother?" A teacher who read the rankings out loud in front of the whole class. A report card that reduced a whole year of your life to a single letter. Nobody asked if you wanted to play. They just handed you the pen and told you the other kids were the scoreboard. Then the platforms finished the job. They took that old wound and put it in your pocket, lit up, buzzing, refreshing itself every 4 seconds. Somebody's vacation, somebody's body, somebody's wedding, filmed from 12 angles and set to music, engineered to make your ordinary Tuesday feel like a failure. You are not comparing yourself to their life. You are comparing yourself to their highlight reel, edited by a team, timed for maximum envy. And you are doing it with your own rough draft, unedited, unfiltered, still being written. Here's what the broke never see. And I do not mean broke in money. I mean broke in attention, broke in self-command. They never see that the scoreboard was installed, not discovered. It was built by a parent's insecurity, a school's need to sort you, a platform's need to keep you scrolling for revenue. None of them built that board for your benefit. They built it for control. And you have been paying rent on a game you never agreed to play. Think of the coworker who has been at the same job for 20 years and owns nothing. Not because he is lazy, because he spent 2 decades measuring his life against the guy in the next cubicle who got promoted first. And he never once stopped to ask if the promotion was even a game worth playing. He won every comparison in that office and lost the only life he actually had. Phase 2. The cost of playing a public game. Here is what it costs you, and it is not small. Every time you check the room before you decide how to feel about your own life, you hand the room your nervous system. You post the vacation photo, and then you watch the numbers instead of watching the ocean. You get the promotion, and instead of feeling it, you calculate how it looks next to your old classmate's job. You are not living your life anymore. You are staging it for an audience that will forget it in 6 seconds and move on to someone else's highlight reel. This is not ambition. This is not connection. This is not growth. This is surveillance you volunteer for and then pay with your own peace of mind. And it gets worse, because the public game has no finish line. There is always a bigger house 1 street over. There is always someone younger who did it faster, someone older who did it with more money behind them, someone who simply lied better in their captions. You cannot win a game with no finish line. You can only burn yourself out running toward a horizon that moves every time you get close. That is not a level you failed. That is a rigged table, and you have been betting your one life on it every single day. Think about the version of you at 11 at night, thumb still moving, chest a little tighter than it was an hour ago. That was not a bad night. That was the system working exactly as it was built to work. It is not broken. It was never meant to make you feel finished. It was built to make you feel 1 scroll behind forever. So you keep paying with your attention and calling it connection. Phase 3. The wolf counts nothing. Picture 2 animals. The sheep spends its whole life checking the other sheep, how close together they stand, who is at the center of the herd where it is safest, who the wolf will take first. Every decision the sheep makes is a comparison. The wolf does not check the other.
Wolves. The wolf checks its own hunger, its own ground, its own next move. It does not care what the other wolves are doing tonight. It has 1 scoreboard, and no one else is allowed to see it. Machiavelli wrote it plainly. A wise prince relies on what is in his own control. Translate that. A public scoreboard is never in your control. Someone else built it. Someone else updates it. Someone else can change the rules the moment you start winning. A private scoreboard is the only one you will ever actually own. So here is the mechanic, cold and simple. You stop measuring your life against a stranger's highlight reel, and you build a ledger only you can read. Not a vague feeling of doing better, a real ledger. Did you do the hard thing today that you were avoiding? Did you tell the truth when a lie was easier? Did you build one thing today that will still exist next year? That is the whole scoreboard. No likes, no followers, no comparison column at all, because there is no one else's name on the page. This is not about ignoring other people. This is not about pretending you don't notice. This is not about faking indifference while you secretly keep score anyway. This is about closing the account you never should have opened, and opening one in your own name
instead. Stay with me, because this is where most people quit. Not because it's hard to understand. It's one sentence. It's hard to do, because your whole nervous system has been trained since childhood to check the room first. Closing that account feels, for a while, like walking into a dark hallway with the lights off. That discomfort is not a sign you're doing it wrong. It is the sign the old system is dying. And dying systems always feel worse before they feel like nothing at all. If you are ready to close the account you should have never opened, leave the words, "I count my own reps," below. Do not do it for me to see. Treat that comment section like an anonymous ledger, a private oath you sign tonight, so that tomorrow, when you wake up, your game has already begun. And if this is landing, subscribe now, because Phase 4 is where we take the scoreboard away from them completely, where you learn the one move the powerful use to make sure no one can ever measure them again. Phase 4. Building the unreadable game. Here is the move I promised. The rich do not announce their money. The powerful do not announce their next play. The moment they let you see the scoreboard, you can copy it, sabotage it, or use it against them. Concealing your intentions is not paranoia. It is math. A visible game is a game that can be stolen. An invisible game is the only one that is truly yours. This is what separates the owners from the owned. The owned need an audience to confirm the win happened. The owners do not need a single witness. They know what they built. They know what it cost them. And they do not need your applause to make it real. Read this twice. The moment your goal requires someone
else to see it, you have made someone else the judge of your own life. Take that back. Do the hard workout with no one watching. Build the business quietly before you ever post about it. Fix the thing in your marriage that no one outside your house will ever know needed fixing. None of it needs a witness. It only needs to be true. And here is the part that goes further than money. The scoreboard you carry is the one you will hand to your children, whether you mean to or not. If they watch you check your worth against the neighbor's car, the co-worker's title, the old classmate's wedding photos, they will learn that this is what a life is for. An endless audit against people who never agreed to be the judge. You cannot give them a private game if you have never built one for yourself. The scoreboard sickness does not skip a generation on its own. Someone has to actually stop it. If you are ready to stop needing witnesses for a life that is already true, comment "My game is mine" and mean it. And if you have made it this far, subscribe, because what's coming next is not a tip. It is the one scene that will make all of this permanent. Phase 5. The funeral test. Here is a scene you will attend one day, whether you are ready or not. A funeral, on a street with the biggest houses in the county. Everyone in the room knew whose driveway had the newest car, whose kitchen had just been renovated, whose kids went to which school. For decades, that street kept score in public, out loud, in landscaping and paint colors and vacation photos. And in that room, on that day, none of it weighed anything at all. Nobody stood up and read the square footage. Nobody eulogized the car. What got spoken out loud was who showed up when it mattered, who told the truth when it cost something, who built a life that was true even when no one was measuring it. That is the whole test. Run your current life through that room. If the only things you are proud of are the things other people can see,
You have built a life for an audience that will not even remember to grieve you correctly. If what you are proud of is a private ledger, the discipline no one clapped for, the truth you told when a lie was easier, the thing you built quietly and finished anyway, you have already passed the only test that was ever real. This is where the herd and the hunter finally split for good. The herd spends its whole life being measured and never notices it was never asked if it wanted to play. The hunter walks away from the field entirely, builds a game in the dark where no one can see the rules, and wins it daily without a single spectator. You get to choose which one you become, starting tonight, with the next decision you make about whose life you are checking before you decide how you feel about your own. Picture the version of you on the other side of this. Calm, unreadable, watching the room scramble to figure out if you're winning and feeling nothing about their confusion at all, because you stopped needing them to know. That person is not colder than you. That person just stopped paying rent on a scoreboard they never built. Here is the price, and I will not pretend it is free.
You will lose the small hit of dopamine that comes from being seen. You will sit with silence where applause used to be. You will have to be patient in a world that rewards instant, visible proof. And you will have to kill the part of you that has needed a witness since you were a child checking the room for approval. The broke version of you, broke in attention, broke in self-command, has to die tonight. There is a darker layer to this most people never reach. The truly powerful do not just hide their wins. Sometimes they let the room believe they are losing on purpose. Because the moment someone thinks you are beneath them, they stop watching you at all. That is a move for another video. You are not ready for it yet, but you are ready for this one. If you are done checking the room before you decide your own worth, comment, "I build my own scoreboard," and mean every word of it. Not as a signal to me, but as the first entry in your new ledger. Let the herd keep scrambling for applause. If this reached you tonight, subscribe. Not because I asked you to, but because the version of you that needed permission from strangers already died somewhere in the last 20 minutes. Let it stay dead.